Hi everybody, welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna talk about Joey DeMaio, bass player of Manowar. Manowar is an American heavy metal band formed in 1980. The band is mainly known for their image and lyrics based on fantasy and mythology, as well as for the songs celebrating the genre and its core audience. In 1984, Manowar were included in the Guinness Book of World Records for delivering the loudest performance. They also hold the world record for the longest heavy metal concert after playing for 5 hours and 1 minute at Kavarna Rock Fest in Bulgaria in 2008. At the center of this metal Armageddon is founding member, bass player and main songwriter Joey DeMaio, which went on to become an internationally acclaimed virtuoso musician known for his impressive technical ability and for his unique sound. Besides lyrics and image, from a sonic standpoint, we can describe Manowar as a classic heavy metal band that actually formed in England and that took direct inspiration from the new wave of British heavy metal that had emerged in the early 80s. The formula is simple: heavy guitar riffs, steady drumming, and the high-pitched voice of singer Eric Adams being the cherry on top. But there's one element that sets Manowar apart from every other classic metal band of the era: the sound of the bass guitar. So what makes Joey DeMaio a memorable player? Let's find out. Number 1. The sound. Joey DeMaio is mainly known for the unique tone of his bass. For most of his career, Joey played a modified Rickenbacker bass. Though there's a few early photos of him playing a regular Rick, his trademark instrument during the 80s would become a heavily modified Rickenbacker 4001. The bass was first modified by luthier John Doc Stilwell. The legend says DeMaio complained about the bass having no balls, so Stilwell recommended changing the pickups. When DeMaio returned to collect his bass, the luthier handed him a bill for $350. DeMaio was furious. The bass only costed $500, but when DeMaio plugged in the augmented instrument, it had so much power that it almost blew up the test amp. DeMaio beamed and asked what other changes could be made. On top of the power pickups, DeMaio had Stilwell move the strings very close to each other. He then started using very small string gauges and tuning them 1 octave higher than conventional bass tuning, turning in fact the instrument into a piccolo bass. The bass guitar then evolved over the years into the custom beast he's using now, a monster bass with 4 humbucker pickups for maximum overdrive, with the narrowest neck I've ever seen. And though he occasionally uses also an 8-string V-LED C-Tron, his signature bass remains his main instrument. Bottom line, DeMaio has a bass that nobody else has, and he developed a style that nobody else did. The tone is very unconventional, and when playing tight with the guitar and the drums, it creates a unique texture that no other band has, and that makes the backbone of the trademark Manowar sound. DeMaio's bass works great also on its own under the guitar solos. This type of sound inevitably leaves out a lot of the lower frequency of a bass guitar, and this is often compensated by boosting the low ends of the guitar. Number 2. The shredding. Partially due to their aesthetics and their lyrics, Manowar has a lot of detractors among the metal community. But if we go past the image, what we get is a really tight metal band. DeMaio especially is a really fast and accurate player. He's as good as any guitar shredder, and he can nail solos at an impressive speed, often drawing from opera music such as William's Tale or Flight of the Bumblebee. Number 3. Power chords, and more power chords. With this type of guitarish approach and having only one guitar in the band, the next step is logical, power chords like there's no tomorrow. And though using power chords is not unusual in the metal world, the very unconventional sound of DeMaio's bass gives a unique flavor to the riffs. Number 4. The intros. Not only DeMaio can shred, by treating his bass like an acoustic guitar, Joey pulls off some very clever arpeggios with a very interesting sound. Almost like an acoustic guitar with an octaver pedal on. But it's not a guitar, it's not a bass, it's Joey DeMaio. So even if Joey DeMaio is definitely a virtuoso bass player, when he's not soloing, he sticks to a very simple approach. Rhythm parts played nice and tight. Which is a good thing considering we're talking classic metal. After all, he has plenty of space both live and on the records to showcase his abilities. But the real element that makes him so unique is the tone. The thing is, if you replace him with a regular bass player and take off the gritty metallic texture from the music of Manowar, it's not Manowar anymore. How many metal bands can you recognize immediately by the sound of the bass? Manowar is one of them. Thank you very much for watching, please subscribe, leave us a like and don't forget to follow me on Instagram.